thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people, the struggle. Salute, salute, salute. As you come on in, know that this is a safe space. Know that this is a space of learning and getting learned up. Know that this is a space of educating and being educated. Know that this is a spot for questions, answers, comments, concerns, conversation, dialogue. This is a space of intelligence, high sciences. This is a space of love, a space where we are seeking a path towards true liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration of class. Snipers on board. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all funding information in the chat for the duration of class. Please fund this war effort. Please fund this war effort. This is definitely a war. Okay? This is a war. Please excuse the voice. As you can see, it's a little bit off. I'm a little bit under the weather. If you or anyone you know is in need of anger management, book an assessment. Let us be clear. Do not wait until it's too late. Let us be clear that everything around us, everything that is attacking us, we must be our 1,000%. We must be there 1,000%. Okay? And managing our anger is one of the best tools that we can have in this war as it is being waged against us. If you or anybody you know is in need of domestic violence consultation, domestic violence intervention, please book an assessment. Whether it's for you or a loved one, whether it's for you or your boss, whether it's for you or your pastor, whether it's for you or your mailman, whether it's for you or your auntie, your uncle, your cousin, your daughter, your son, please book an assessment. Find out what you need to be alerted to, the behaviors, what you need to be aware of when you're watching a specific situation and you don't understand what you're watching. Okay? Book an assessment. Intimate relationship, abusive situations. Please, we all need to know how to handle, manage, survive, and thrive through it. Again, the life you save may be your own. Okay? Let's get to it. Again, I'm a little under the weather. I have to. Like, there's no laying down. When you are running a house, a family, when you're assisting the community, I know what people say, yo, chill, but there's no chill for me. If I don't do what I do, I don't eat. So please excuse the voice. I know I'm sounding a little nasal. I really shouldn't be explaining nothing to y'all anyway. I really shouldn't. Y'all be having me. That's why I stayed just the way I stayed, just like this. Y'all got me out here looking like Lou. Y'all don't say shit. I let y'all ride when I had on my little blue cap. You had me out here looking like Frankie Beverly, Silky Soul singing, all that shit. Now, nobody told me, yo, when you wear that gray hoodie and that black hat, you looking like Lou. Y'all ain't say none of that shit, so I really shouldn't be explaining nothing to y'all. Talking about get off my back, Phil, and all that shit. That's y'all got me out here looking like that. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all. If I don't take a little peach fuzz off, you got me looking crazy. Y'all always do that. Y'all quick to have me out here looking crazy. None of y'all DM and text, yo, come on, yo. So now I look like Lou. You know, I got a little trip, something came up and all that shit. Cut it out. If I'm looking crazy, DM me. Y'all know better than that. Y'all know better than that. Hat on tight and shit. Y'all know better than that. You got it, Phil. You a bigger man than me, Phil. Yeah. Cut it out. Next time, all y'all getting 55s. All of y'all. Straight up. All right? I'm warning y'all now. I'm telling you. I got me out here looking like TV characters and entertainers and shit. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Come on now. Just it together. We got a few people to tag. Tag black women. Yeah. Got to get it to y'all. Y'all got to get the business today. So tag y'all sisterin', your comrades, your queen comrades. Tag them. Somebody tag K. Michelle dusty ass. Tag her. Yeah. Tag her. Tag the people that's into this astrology heavy. Tag them. You know, most of these subjects today that we're going to speak about, all right, a little triggering, disheartening, and traumatic, but we have to get into it because it all encompasses how we move as a nation, and without our black women, we are nothing. If you've been in my class, you know I champion our women. Without our queen on the board, we have nothing. But our queen has to be right and exact up here. Okay? So get K. Michelle, tag Booty Hole Brown, tag Glorilla, and everybody else that pushes those narratives. Tag that. Tag them. Yeah. Can't tag Deja Taylor, the mom of the 6-year-old from Newport News, Virginia, because she's incarcerated. She's in a hoose cow. But y'all could tag the assistant principal, Miss Ebony Parker. We're going to get into that, okay? Like I said, the astrology is, you know, people have been to the stars and the zodiac. Yeah. This quote-unquote influencer who unalived her family and herself. Got to cover it. Everybody sent it to me. Those type of things I really try to move away from because, again, I always ask you all to guard your viral. And I'm like, come on, man. Really? That's where we at with it? That's where we at with it. However, I could come through day in, day out, whether I'm feeling 100% or not, whether we get funding or don't, and consistently show love to my people, to our nation, and I see these people who are not well at all, going viral, having followings, and now we have to question. was her audience, was her subscription base, enabling her to end up doing what she did? You know, we got to question that. We have to. Did that base enable her to do what she ended up doing? You dig? And again, we don't blame the victim. We don't shame the victim, but we do ask very critical questions. One of the questions that we have to ask ourselves is, was she going through some type of postpartum? Okay? Yeah. So let's get down to business. Let's see who's up in class today. See, Bliz is up in the spotty spot early. What's up, see, Bliz? Dust Fro 517, you in here? Stone is up in here. Who? Tucker? 55, Tucker? Yeah, 55. Lovely lady, what's going on? Lovely lady who don't show no love. You don't love me. I'm sniffling and carrying on. Nobody check on me, ask for no soup or nothing. Pierre Jean, salute for funding the war effort. Tierra T, what's going on, T? We see you. Philip Boone, what's going on? Darrell Javon is back up in the spotty spot. What's going on? Salute. Yes, sir. The one. 85. 55 for you. You right. Yeah, hold that. The one. Corey Grant. Salute. What's going on? I know you wasn't in the spotty spot yesterday. It was crowded. I looked in, walked in, and walked out. Too many weekend warriors in the spot. Salute, Corey Grant. What's good with you, King? Mr. Mac, 123 is in the spot. Cool K King is in the spot. Peace, G's. What's going on? Peace. Sultan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, cousin. Yes. As we completed Ramadan and the Eid, and we want to send health and well wishes to the community of Philly who had to go through that unfortunate incident during the Eid festival out there. Philly is on some type of time that I'm not even trying to explain. Okay, Terrence Butler, salute. M.Him hot, yup, 55. Bushhead, what's going on? Demographic Inks, what's going on? Mark Lewis, hey Ghoster, we see you, hey Ghoster. Yes, you in the spotty spot. Who is M. What's going on? Yeah, Mello, 55, Mello. Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha. Art as magic. What's going on? Salute. B. Dolo's up in the spotty spot. What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? I see y'all. Up in here. Who else is up in here? Woo! Y'all got the chat. Maxwell Trucking LLC. What up? Jules, what up? Yes. We're going to get to that, you know. Uh-oh, you just joined the live? Welcome, Murray. What's going on? Peace. Mr. Evans, what's up? Geechee. 3-4. What's going on with you, Geechee? Uh-oh. Mike Nice is in the spot. These stones up in the spotty spot. Andre Davis. We see you. Much appreciate yours for the super chat. Merk Low, what's going on? Jean Pierre, what's going on? Everybody up in the spotty spot. CDP. You ain't missed much. Be quiet. You up in here. Mr. Evans, peace. Grussler's up in the spot. The global hustler. Grussler. Cool. The bag of bones. All the way from Zurich, Switzerland by way of Queens is in the spotty spot. East Elmhurst is in the building. What's going on, Grussler? Mark Lewis is in the spotty spot. As always, Divine Mind knows the Divine Mind shows. Indeed. Yes, yes, yes. George Johnson, Uptown Dre. What's going on? Blackleaf. Oh, Nandi Johnson. Yeah. Martin L. King. What's going on? 55. Yeah. Think for yourself. What's going on? All right, like I said, I'm under the weather. I'm doing it, y'all. I'm doing it. Yes, and we have to acknowledge the passing of OJ Simpson. I don't give a damn about OJ. I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it a buck. I made an attempt to go on last night. Okay. Snoop Taylor, what up? 55, Snoop. Yeah. I am Kitty. We see you. Uh-huh. I made an attempt yesterday to go on and send condolences to the family of Mr. C. DJ Mr. C, the finisher, Brooklyn representative, one of the finest DJs out and about. But again, I couldn't get it together, you know? Really couldn't. Didn't have no orange juice in here. You know, everything I needed to make my special soup I had made for them last week when they was going through it. So I got to re-up on my lemons, my ginger, and all that. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, one thing with me in this class, we keep it all the way a buck. I believe in 2024, we are beyond the space of, you know, driving somebody's misrepresentations of themselves and trying to double back. We beyond that. We know what these people are, especially in the entertainment industry. That's why we always say cancel all celebs. Because again, when you are in that space and you are manifesting yourself in that arena, we know that you're not there for us as a people. You're barely there for yourself as an individual. So who you lay with, how you lay with them and all that, and what you admit to in that space, it is what it is. Mr. C admitted several times after subsequently getting knocked 3 or 4 times, where you just can't deny it, who he is, his true nature, right? The thing is that the people around him also knew. You understand? So I, at this point in time, don't know the specifics behind his transition and how he transitioned. I really don't care. Like I said, we all are going to transition. So how we live our life, how we manifest ourselves is what's going to be remain in people's minds and how you make people feel. You understand? I know from my experience being in areas where he was either there or performing, yo, when I was in the tunnel, Mr. C was playing, he was one of the best. Any party I was at, he was one of the best. You understand? All that garbage ass flex in the tunnel, he was trash. If it wasn't Mr. C or Cap or Enough, they had that shit rocking. So, you know, I know Mr. C put on for Brooklyn. He always rep BK. And again, we send our condolences to his family. You know, it is what it is. You dig? Like I say, no matter what you do here, no matter how other people label you or what you deem as success as far as material items are concerned, you dig? Once you in that basket or once you get however your family deals with you, that's it. All people are going to have left are what you were able to do as far as elevating them and making them feel complete, which is why I work so hard for my people. You understand? Everybody gonna hit that dirt. So it makes no sense to live a lie. It makes no sense to live in a false narrative. Okay? So salute to him. In a couple of weeks, we won't be talking about him. Straight up. You dig? That is what it is. All right? What's going on, Alabama? Salute. Okay, OJ. See ya. Peace out, OJ. You'll be okay. All right? Again, we send condolences to the family. Definitely OJ Simpson. Well, let me stop. I haven't seen no pictures or nothing of her in the mask. She might not have been taking care of herself. But I know when I first seen her, I was like, who the hell is that? Funny, in all this R. Kelly stuff, nobody really interviewed her. She ain't pop up on too many of these podcasts or YouTube spaces. But we send condolences to the Simpson family. Again, I've said on record many different occasions, I don't believe, me personally, that OJ was responsible for that on his own. I do not. I've said it many times. I think there were several people involved. I don't believe that him in that condition can do what they said he did to two people, especially the reports initially. See, again, when you are behind bars, you hear, you see, you watch everything. And initially, they were saying that the Goldman dude was a judo black belt, or he was practicing judo, and he was nice with it. So all of a sudden, those reports don't come out anymore. You know, so I never, for one, was in a space to believe that he did that alone. I'm not going to say he wasn't responsible. I'm not going to say he wasn't there. But however it panned out, this dumbass went back again, like I always say, and didn't change the narrative of his story. You go back and do some bonehead shit. You go back to dealing with them old phase, and they got you jammed up, and then you end up doing some time. So it just never made sense to me, even with him saying I'm not black, I'm OJ and all that. So, all right, peace out. Again, you gonna hit the dirt, just like all of us gonna hit the dirt. And for me, who was a child growing up and watching the Avis commercials and him running through the airport and all that, even back then, I wasn't a fan. I wasn't one who was into him. I was more of a Muhammad Ali person. I'm looking at Ali. I'm looking at different people as a kid. Dr. J, and I didn't really zone in on that. Maybe because I wasn't into football to that degree, but I ain't never cared much for OJ like that anyway. The story never resonated with me. So as he transitions, as Mr. C transitions, like I say, you always have to measure what these individuals have done for us as a nation as we seek liberation. You dig? You gotta question that. Was his time here with us, was their time here with us beneficial to all of us as we are fighting to get away from the oppressor's grip? All right. Now, let's get to it. Only because so many people in class have DM'd me and sent this article to me. Am I speaking on this today? Okay. Yeah, okay, we're gonna yeah, all right. We're gonna because again, this is exactly why I do this, because people have very weird belief systems. And I'm not one for the bullshit. I'm 55. I've been through it all. I've studied it all, inside and out. From the Quran, the Kitab, right? From the Torah to the Bible to consciousness, wokeness, right? Islam are very different degrees. We gonna stop that. All this other weird, get out of here, because it means absolutely nothing when you are oppressed. Okay, and that's what got people's minds in the zone. That's how this woman ended up unaliving people, and I'm trying to figure out how many people is actually following this. She was clearly off. Okay, so everyone sends me this article. I'm talking about a lot of people about this so-called social media influencer. Again, here goes that word, influencer, who unalived her partner, one of her children, and subsequently herself, after going off about the eclipse. Okay? Now, I never gave a build on it, on this eclipse. I could care less about it, didn't feel no ways about it. We've been through it several times. Don't know why people thought this particular time was going to be any different. They've been giving us them glasses since I was in the damn 5th and 6th grade. McDonald's used to give out the glasses. Damn it, you could get the glasses in the Captain Crunch box and King Vitamin and all that other no-frill cereal and shit. They've been doing it. People have to stop with the overindulgence in stupid narratives and information. We're in an age where we're supposed to use discernment and common sense. So I'm looking up this article and I'm looking at this chick and I'm like, 100,000 followers? Now I know people pay for followers. I know people pay for subscribers, but at a certain space it gets organic, and they're not paying for all that. There are people who running and believing in it because, okay, when you look at the comments and you see the people who are commenting, like I always do, and then I only look at the comments, you dig what I'm saying? I go over, right? And I look at their pages. You dig? And once I look at their pages, I see I'm like, oh, you are of a particular belief. You are of a particular status. I'm like, okay, you're looking very weird. All right? Now, this person who, again, I'm not going into it and I'm not promoting the government name and all that. However, under Twitter, formerly known as, well, X, formerly known as Twitter, Ayoka, at whatever tag name it is, one of her last entries was, wake up, the apocalypse is here. Everyone who has ears, listen. Your time to choose what you believe is now. If you believe a new world is possible for the people, right now or retweet, right? It could be right now or retweet now. There is power in choice. There's power in choice. Exclamation. Repost to make the choice for the collective. Okay? Now, if you was to look at the picture and who she is, you would think that she got her shit together. So I keep telling y'all about that makeup, that whole kit, the makeup, the eyelashes, you understand, the face beat shit, the wigs and the falls and all that, and believing in this image and what people perceive is real. Now, this woman went, hit up her partner, unalive that person. For the kids in the whip, now I'm not sure, I didn't go deep. I don't know if she hit the kids up, but I know driving through these kids up out of a moving vehicle at high speed. A 9-year-old and an 8-month-old. The 8-month-old did not survive. And then she, the pedal to the floor, crashed unalived herself. This is who people are following. This is who people donate to. This is who people share. This is who people make go viral. All right? People, listen. The chick says she's an astrologer, Reiki master, and a teacher. People was following her religiously, daily. Now, I was on X, Twitter, whatever, and there was a young woman who says she's on the autistic spectrum, but says she's been calling this person out for years. Okay? Cleavon. What up, Cleavon McClendon? Bliz always dropping gems for the family. Much respect to you. Much respect to you too, bro. Now, again, this person would say she's been calling this woman out for years, saying that she's weird, saying that the thing she was saying is weird, saying she had weird interactions with her. Again, the same thing that people said about Nature Boy, the same thing people said about Polite. I don't know how many times I had to say certain things about Polite. The same thing they say about all these weirdos. Remember, what was dude named No Face or some other? It's everybody who challenges these people who have these audiences automatically get attacked. Because for whatever strange reason, these people have found a lane into these people emotional spaces, and then they don't think. Which is why I always tell you, you don't believe in me. You believe in my belief in you. Because you are the soldier. You are the militant. You are the one who is the leader of your space. All we do here is build each other up. All we do here is enhance, encourage, and reaffirm specifics on how we can get up out of the oppression that we're under. You understand? You go too far off into information that you don't know whether it's actual, factual or not, you're going to zone out. You're going to wig out because now you're trying, okay? You're making an attempt to put, like they said, a square peg in a round hole. You dig? Okay? You're going to attempt to make something fit that in all reality doesn't. And a lot of false narratives, a lot of widely accepted beliefs, organized religion included, just are not based on absolute fact for the whole of us, which is why we still going through the same problems we've been going through for millennia. Everything else has advanced. Everything else has elevated. Shit, even what we did with our minds as far as technology and the tools that we use as human beings, everything has elevated, evolved, except for us. Spiritually, there has been no elevation. And in that, religion, nothing. Which is why you keep having calamities, which is why you keep having people cause, create, and encourage wars and all type of weirdness. You got people that claim that, dealing with babies and children is religious and is right and exact, because you still haven't elevated past what you inherited, these belief systems. So this chick believed in a certain space, and it took a whole bunch of people with her, right? We still haven't learned from Jim Jones in Guyana. You still haven't learned from that shit. So now, everybody wants to talk about her. Why? Because of how she looks, because of how she presented. And in that presentation, because people buy into it and believe that the presentation is successful, you're easily duped. Easily duped. So now it's shocking. Oh. Wow. Well, why would she do that? She seemed so together. She had info. You dig? You have to understand that. This is presentation, which is why I make an attempt to always keep it very simple. Right here. You see me out here looking like Lou, you're going to see me in the street looking like Lou. You see me give you greetings here, that's how I give greetings in the street. There's nothing fake with this at all. Others play games and they make it into some fake, false depiction. That's why they suffer. That's why they're suffering, because they turn it into some other shit. I've never sat here and claimed to be in his perfect space or so conscious and so woke that I may not be 1,000. Trust and believe. Like I always tell you, I'm not on no kumbaya shit. I'm not on no all melanated people is coming. I'm not one to refrain from using violence to get rid of some of these individuals. We have to have a balance. Just as much good as we have to know how to knock somebody's head off too and be just as street. You understand? So how you present is how I'm going to accept. That's what it is. But when you are in a space where you are believing these people, when you just blindly accepting this information and acting as if these people can do the work for you, yeah, you're going to have a rude awakening. Because I guarantee you, out of her 103 3,000 followers on X and whatever she may have on IG or YouTube. I know they shocked and surprised. See, because in all that, what you can quote as far as astrological signs and all this other shit that you claiming to know so much about, we don't know. This chick might have been going through some type of postpartum depression. And in that space, been out of her mind. Right? We don't know. Did she ever speak about that? Who else can unalive a partner and an 8-month-old and along with yourself? Something had to be going on that wasn't presented. I know one of these people who claim to be such a solid black woman and black woman this and March that was a straight custody for the last 6 or 7, 8 years, just started getting clean and had y'all all in a hizzy. Like, yeah, she the one. Black girl magic. While she was strung out on addiction, what kind of decisions was being made? While you taking deals from corporations in old phase. Okay? So again, I always say be mindful of that. Of who you listen to, how much you listen to them. I never come through in this class and say, yo, it is what it is. Sometimes I'm corrected in the chat. Sometimes I'm corrected in a DM or a messenger. And it's appreciated. And then I go back and research and say, oh, okay. And then shoot it back. And then we build, because that's how we build each other up. But when you get people, and I want y'all to know that that is the majority. I told you the majority of the world is sick and off beat and off balance because they haven't dealt with their trauma that comes from misinformation and inherited belief systems. Because your mama said Christianity was good because her mama said it was good for them, don't mean it's going to work for you. Just like Al-Islam. Because I inherited and was raised in it and brought up in it, doesn't mean that everything involved in it, that as an adult, as somebody who has moved and took on different forms of education, consciousness, and awareness of self, means that it's going to work. What works for you? Who are you? How do you move? How do you manifest? And what is that going to do for the collective? So this chick rallying people up, talking about some eclipse. And that's what happens. So now the people who really took her word as law are traumatized and have to question like, yo, what was I doing? It's like the people who took polite word for law or nature boy word for law or any of these other weirdos who thought that this was a game, that social media is a game, that you're supposed to sit here and play with this instead of actually helping people, looking and seeking for comrades, and really providing a service. So this black woman, melanated woman, who may not even identify as such, this is what I keep telling y'all, because this is where we at. This is a woman's up. So woman, please be engaged in the conversation, because this is the representation that the world is going to see, and is not a far reach from the average, because I see a lot of women, melanated women, who are not right up here, who have a belief that is not equitable with reality right now. I see them traumatized. I see a lot of young women who believed that a fat ass and getting pounded out was going to be all that they needed until that baby here, and they dragging the baby at bus stops. They frustrated going up to school because they thought they was going to have a cute curly head Instagram baby and end up with a child that has issues. So now they mad at the world. And when that happens, then you get the dudes who try to talk to them. And the girls is on demon time and the dude is getting beat. And now the dude happens to have a child with this one. Now it's my baby mama ain't nothing. No, you never investigated it. Because why? You're all caught up into these fake ass narratives and these false presentations of what people are. So who are we? And black women, you have to understand, who are you? Because you are the key, which is why they're attacking you now. I said this years ago. The attack is on the black woman because they knocked the black man out. He's done. He's a phallus. Y'all talking about OJ rest in peace while Charles Barkley is wearing full-length dresses and wigs. OJ's gone. Barkley's here, and he's representing himself as a melanated woman. So who are you, black woman, if you're looking at Barkley and y'all accepting and tolerating that shit because you tolerated it when Uzi Vert did it. You tolerated it when Young Thug did it. You tolerated it when all these little weird dudes did it. And now men who's supposed to be your grandfather and legends and Hall of Famers are in dresses and wigs and presenting themselves as you would. There's a confusion. So when I appreciate a black woman and she sends pictures or videos, or I'm saying, hey, and I'm acknowledging her as a woman, oh, you ain't supposed to do that. You ain't supposed to look at women. You're not supposed to acknowledge the beauty of a box. What? There's a confused space within our people because you got into this weirdness, this demon time, this offbeat. Anybody could be anything and do what they want to do out of alignment with science and math and the essence of true equations. When you start believing 1 + 1 = 4, something is off. When the devil can get you to believe that that is right and exact, something is off. It's off. And now the attack has been on all black women. Long time. They left her alone until they figured out, yo, listen, we need to finish these people. We need to finish this energy. We got to get rid of them. No matter what we do to the black man, he keeps coming back. We gave him dope. We gave him liquor. We gave him crack. Guns. We get everything. Now, we got him performing as a she. Checkmate is to get these black women. And now they got these black women in a space which they never been in. Appreciating and acknowledging and accepting their whoredom. So when you take a queen who was always chaste, who always kept her shit in check, you couldn't approach a black woman on no bullshit. You would get checked immediately. Now when you got her accepting and looking at herself as a whole, and the only thing of value is if she can squirt or twerk, you got the people. So now here we go. An influencer unalives her child and her partner and herself. That's going to have a ripple effect. Okay? That's going to have a ripple effect. Watch. Be mindful of who you intake information from. Be mindful of who they call influencers. Because I've been here a long time. Long time. I'm not an influencer at all. Nothing. Limited in resource, limited in subscriptions on anything. If I've been doing it 15, 20 years with specific tight information and a client base that will give testimony that their lives are better. Since I've been here, since we've been exchanging information, and I'm not an influencer, that's letting you know something. Be mindful of who you get information from. Because now look, how many people are so in their feelings about this woman? How many people are looking at her page today and wanting her to say something because they believed in her? And she was off, nuts. Okay? Off. You are what you believe. Your belief system will come out as a manifestation on how you move. Which is why I don't do a lot of things. I keep telling you, I don't believe in this system. I don't. And I'm comfortable not getting what others are getting in it. Because I know it's going to collapse you. I know. There's a lot of YouTubers who are doing the same thing that Puffy doing. They go to the same parties. That's why they got the trinkets. That's why they got the subscription bases. I'm telling you. Okay? So again, we send condolences to the survivor, the surviving 9-year-old, and whatever family members is left. But this chick that they call an influencer was off. It's like a whole lot of them. We deal with common sense here. Okay? Now, next up, we're moving out to Virginia, right? The story of the 6-year-old who clapped his teacher. Now, long time ago, last year when it happened, because I'm in tune with educators and know the system, when you talk about education, I already told you, y'all know who I get my information from. The best. Double masters in curriculum, an administrator of public school. Top principal. Sharp. Born and raised in the projects. Graduated from an HBCU and came back to work in their community. So I know when I'm telling you, and I walked with her through her classroom, through programs, through her being, delegate, UFT rep. Man, when I tell you I know the ins and outs, know the ins and outs. Okay? Went to the school to be administrator, fast-tracked through the Bloomberg administration. When I'm telling you this is shit, I know this shit. So when I'm hearing the story of this 6-year-old, my mind is already in different spaces with it. I'm like, this shorty have an IEP. This is at 6. This is at 6 years old. So now a lot of information is coming out. They're talking about shorty at 4.5. Right after, because they don't think they got 3, universal 3K, but at 4.5, he choked the teacher out. Okay? Choked the teacher out to where they had to have a parole, pull him up off at 4.5. But what a lot of people nationwide, and especially in New York, don't know, okay, is that this whole attack and people that's being blamed for it, the mother is black, the child is black, and now this assistant principal is black, and everybody else is white. Oh, yeah. Yes. So you see the play? I told you before, case law is set nationwide and state by state based on other cases taking precedent. And when you saw last week, beginning of this week, that them white people was going down for that mass shooting that they son committed, and them parents got charged, and them parents went down, yeah, they going to jail. They boys in jail, they going to jail. I knew anybody black, melanated, in any school system where anything popped off was next. So now this assistant principal, what's her name? Let me get her name. Ebony Parker, 39 years old, is being charged. And when I tell you she going down, the way they trying to word this and the way they charging her, the mama's already locked up. The mama name is Deja Taylor. She's 25 years old. She already doing time. She copped out quick. She already doing time. So now I'm trying to figure out, hold on. They charging the AP, not the principal, not anybody else so far, just the AP, and y'all making this big news because check it. Because the teacher survived now. Oh, yeah. The teacher survived and is suing the district for 40 mil. Where you think that 40 mil coming from? Yeah. The assistant principal. Yeah. Because this is the game. For every year that she's locked up, the taxpayers is paying that. That's the game. So now the taxpayers is paying to lock this teacher up, this administrator, this black woman, 39 years old. So if she get 10, 15 years, she's done. She's just going to wig her out. She's not going to survive it. Okay? They're going to say the taxpayers is give a certain amount of money to the correctional facility to hold her. And out of that, that's where they're going to give that 40 million to the teacher. The teacher probably get 7 million behind that shit. Okay? So now the mother's 25 years old. Taxpayers is paying to keep her locked up until she come home. So that money, with the assistant principal money, she's 39 years old. That's what's going to the teacher. Okay? So let's go on. Let's get into this real quick. The shooting of an elementary teacher by a 6-year-old student in Newport News, Virginia last year was preceded, right, by a shocking series of lapses by the school's assistant principal at the time, according to a report by a special grand jury that was released on Wednesday. Mind you, again, we don't know specifics. We don't know if this teacher was an adequate teacher based on a record. We don't know if this teacher was messing with this boy who was already off. We don't know what his IEP was or if he had one. And we don't know if he did have one, was they following it? Okay? Now, despite having been told that same day that the student was in a violent mood and having received several reports that he was carrying a firearm, the assistant principal turned down a school counselor's request for permission to search the student, the grand jury said. Now, what was this? Okay, now, because I want you to know that there's another layer here. That her, as a black administrator in what could be a predominantly white staff, could have been fed up with this specific teacher. Her black womanness and an educator and an administrator might have had her in a funky mood. She might have needed anger management and not believe that she was all powerful in this white institution of education. All right? So if we're not giving her no black pass, okay? Because I've seen a lot of these black women administrators on a higher level who have a whole lot of different beliefs other than administering the building and taking care of kids. I've seen them. I've seen them Delta out. I've seen them, what is it? Not Alphas, what is it? AKA out. I've seen them Zeta out. And because I'm a Zeta, or I'm a whatever AKA or Delta, and I got my degree and I got this position, all these layers of a belief system is in their head, and they miss the fact that you're a melanated woman in an institution that's ran by Euro O-Face who don't like you. So you're supposed to be on point. Regardless of how you feel about them, the system is always going to protect them. So she might have been off her game. Okay? Because when a weapon is involved or just somebody saying that, how can you not move with all of the shootings and the things that's been going on for the last 2 decades since Columbine? As a black administrator, you don't check to see that could be one of these off little kids? Okay? Less than a half hour later, the student's teacher, Abigail, was in a classroom with him and 15 other first graders when he pulled out a 9mm Taurus and clapped her from less than 6 feet away. Yeah. Shell passed through her hand and struck her chest. The hammer, which was loaded with 7 more, jammed. And the boy said he had found it at home in his mama's purse. Okay? Again, we don't know what that teacher was doing to that boy at any given time. We don't know her beliefs when it comes to handling. Now we're going to assume, again, because I'm looking at the mother, I see her name, Deja Taylor. I seen when she was going to get sentenced. We're going to assume that Shorty is melanated completely. I don't know who his pops is. I know the moms. We know how Virginia is ever since Love versus Virginia and intermingling and all that and swirling. We know past the Mason-Dixon line, there's a big, heavy, thick racial divide. Because they surely lock mama up quick. So if they lock mama up and we seen what they doing with that O-Fake couple after her son, their son, after they purchased and took their son to a range and then refused to take their son out of school. And he had a mass clapping. Threw him in jail, put the parents, now the whole family's in jail. You know what's going on now. Of course, at any given time, they looking for any of us to slip. So now, this assistant principal who wasn't on her job, when I tell you, check this out. The report also cited numerous security lapses it said could have resulted in worse bloodshed had the boys hammer not jammed. The teacher was struck with a single round in the hand and chest as she sat reading in front of 15 other 6 and 7-year-olds. Okay? And got them up out of there before she collapsed. Out of the classroom. Okay? According to the grand jury, a reading specialist who ran into the class pulled the boy away from the hammer. Prosecutors said last year they would not seek to charge the boy. His mother, right, we already know, pled guilty quick to child neglect in state court and hammer charges in federal, and serving 2 years for both. Okay, concurrently. Okay? And now when she comes back, when she come home, she can't be around her son until he 18. Now, grand jury report absolved the principal of the school, Breonna Foster, of criminal responsibility, finding that she was preoccupied with a series of meetings the day of the shooting and was not kept informed of the events as they unfolded. So the principal was gone in the clear. She good money. The AP is getting all this. And when I'm telling you, they talking about charging her for each round. So he popped one off. It was 7 more left. They trying to give her 5 years for each of them. All type of wild neglect charges, everything. They trying to load her up. They trying to load her up. So black women, melanated women, again, what is your belief system when you're sitting in an institution, when you're sitting in this pocket that these OFAs run and own? And I'm telling you, when you look at the news clippings, well, the news footage of when they walk the mama into court, all OFAs, big head OFAs. When you watching the people as they speak about this AP, OFA DA, state's attorney, OFA judge, teachers, everybody. These cameras is up in there, proud. So we don't know what they thought of this assistant principal, of this melanated woman in this position of power. I know mine go through it on a regular basis. I've seen it. I witnessed it. I've seen it from melanated men who are principals and superintendents and have other titles within the Department of Education. I've seen it come from melanated women. I've seen the hate in education when you on your job and you really trying to educate kids and engulf the family and community. I've seen it because everybody else want to think and operate like the OFA, like the system. They want to think and operate like which banners they are up under. Whether it's a sorrow or a frat, nothing to do with our people, nothing to do with the needs of our kids. I've witnessed it. That's why I tell you, chuck all that shit. None of that. None of that is going to get us in a space where we need to be. I watched it. And there ain't no black first, there's no melanin first, there's no none of that first. With much of these people, I don't care what they do. I keep telling you, deep in their heart and in their soul, they want to be at the feet of Whitey. That's it. These people are not for you, they're not with you, they're not for your children. This is why it is so difficult for us on the grassroots to do what needs to be done, because everybody else wants to watch the OFA and get their trinkets and their rewards. So you see Serena looking like the way she looked. You see your melanated men presenting themselves all dainty and things on ABC News and all that. And you see that those are the only ones that they position. Melanated men and women who discard that. It's like Fanon says, right? Black face, white mask, right? They discard all that. And they can't be in that energy. Because when you come around and you really in this energy, because you get your universal truth, you're not part of that. And I've seen it. I've lived it. I got friends, associates. I did it all. Political campaigns, fundraisers, nonprofits, work, all that. People have a desire to be white. They have a desire to be something that they don't know nothing about. And in the end, it is going to be your demise. So we don't know what this AP was thinking about. I know from my experience that she wasn't on her job at all that day. There's no way I'm going to be south of the Mason-Dixon line. And you tell me some little kid got a hammer and I'm not moving on that. Crazy? Keisha, we see you. Much appreciated for funding the war effort. Not going to be me. She's supposed to have been on her job. But for whatever reason, like I said, she might have been watching Abbott Elementary too much and thought she was fly. I got a lot of that in New York City too. These administrators think they fly. And getting into it with the parents, they got a different lens of working in urban environments, believing that, again, I'm cute. This is what's going to be the demise of the black woman. That they so damn cute. I told y'all about leading ass first. Because it don't matter. I don't care how much box you give. I don't care what color, how you smell, what. Keep leading with your box and that's what you're going to end up with. A banged out box. That's it. That's what they have reduced our women to. Okay? We're going to figure it out. But we want to see exactly to what extent and how hard they push these charges. Are they going to let her plead out the way they let the mother plead out? You dig? A lot to do with it. People don't want to believe that these things are connected. These things are connected. Very much so. That is becoming a fabric. It's interwoven. Because why? Our coping mechanisms. Our coping mechanisms. How we coping with the oppression, the miseducation, the poverty, the trauma, the abuse, the intimate relationship abuse. We get abused in our intimate relationships, in our homes. Parents abusing kids, kids abusing parents. We abusing each other in community, black men, black women, abuse. And then we get this ultimate abuse from our oppressor. That is an abusive situation. That's an abusive relationship. You still begging for reparations because they done smashed out your ancestors, taking children from wombs, lynching and all that. And you still think you are part of this country? You still think that you could be a part of their institutions and their flags? That's intimate relationship abuse. And because you are able to cope by getting a bag, because you are able to cope by being employed and getting a title, you think you about that shit. You think you with them. That's abuse. Your coping mechanism is believing that you're part of that. To the degree of which you are Serena and you sleeping and laying and birthing babies with him. To you're Eve coming from Philly, raised in Islam, to allowing this old faith to enter you on a regular basis. That's abuse. But people don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. So when I speak the truth, I don't get viral. But that's what it is. And it's all interwoven because as you champion and clap for Eve and clap for Serena because of their accomplishments, you're subliminally being reduced to what you are not, which is an enslaved person yearning to be with Master. That shit is heavy. Heavy. But I can't tell you nothing because I ain't got on a dress and a wig like Barkley. I can't tell you nothing because I don't come through in the Maybach. I can't tell you nothing because I'm not on no yacht somewhere. They don't want to hear that because I don't have a fucking, dashiki on or unks all on my face or tight ass jeans and telling you that I eat butt. I don't go viral because I'm giving you common sense truth. I'm not here to play no games. And you see me working in the community. It is what it is. I understand it. Trust and believe I understand it, and I'm firm in it. Welcome to the struggle. You have to welcome the struggle because you're not getting anything. Okay? And I'm serious. It's real. Look at the thumbnail. Look at. You see that funny looking person, that crackhead, that custy looking person? That was a bad biatch. Yeah, that's Cubana lust. So bad that she was with all of the heavyweight rappers of her day, in the porn, video vixen, all that. Straight custy now. Crackhead, looking crazy. That's where you end up. That's where Glorilla gonna end up. That's where Booty Hole Brown gonna end up. That's where all of them gonna end up. Out of their mind and a custy, looking crazy. Or up in the arms of some old face should they choose to save a hoe. But these are the images. This is what you want to push and champion. Oh yeah, Lizzo, body positive. And she can't even stay up in it. She out of it. Because it was fake. And Beyonce, Rihanna, and all this other weirdness, the SZA. This is where y'all at with it. This is Blackwoman. I'm saying this is where we at with it. This is the K. Michelle. Yeah. And what does she do? K. Michelle tell you to go and be with an Ofe. That outside, I'm encouraging you. It'll be better for you. And she's staying and sticking and standing tall on it because now she's telling you that your man isn't supposed to shed tears. Because if he sheds tears, I can't mess with him. Really? But see, when you had the gangster thug like dude and you run upside your skull like Ike Turner, you was talking about, he beat me. Yeah, he put hands on me. But the guy that is sensitive enough to shed a tear in front of you, You don't feel protected by him. You feel protected by homie that was busting your head. That's the protection, right? This gorilla orangutan that was running around, you claim knocking you upside your temple. See, because again, a lot of people are not able to control those tears. See, in anger management, I teach them that those tears are a physical cue, alerting you that you've been triggered to the point of anger. So you got different physical cues. Some people cry, some people pace back and forth, some people blank out, blind rage. And tears is letting this individual know, oh, I'm triggered, I'm angry. And if they have proper anger management, they can put their plan together to de-escalate themselves. So a man showing emotion, showing that he is triggered, you don't feel protected by him because he cried in front of you. Black woman, what are we doing? What belief systems? What does it mean to be a black woman now? Because at this point, all it is turning your ass to the camera. And going to Pound Town. And then getting mad when somebody take you there. Or, on the next level, not caring at all. Period. Literally. Literally, somebody just sent me a meme of somebody saying, one of these women, oh, I'm deleting this. I'm not showing my body half nude no more. I'm not doing this no more. I'm chilling. I'm off of this social media. Wow. And telling you to swipe left. You swipe left. I'm just kidding. I'm going to be a hoe forever. This is where we at with it. Because why? We accept it. We're seeing Glorilla with Sleepy Joe, the president. We're seeing Glorilla with Chucks and Pearls. So what we are doing, right? There's an overlapping of false narratives and beliefs that is damaging to our people. Way worse than the Bible because they're not even pushing that no more. They know we done excelled past that. Nah. Let's let them believe that everything is centered on this ignorance. How in the hell? I'm serious, man. Listen. How in the hell can Glorilla flick it up with your president? Are you serious? Booty Hole Brown being invited to schools, booked. Listen to what I'm saying, melanated women. Do you know what that does to your image? To what people believe you are about? Have you heard their lyrics? Do you know what they do and did? That ain't just lyrics for Booty Hole Brown. We seen her box. We seen that soft, even soft. That's triple X snippet she put out. It ain't fake. She's not fake with that. But why are they successful? Why are they viral? Because in our communities, that is a belief. They go and seek and tap into populations that are not represented, and they throw them in the culture. They throw them into the industries and give that narrative voice. You can go in any community in this country and out, and you're going to find numerous Glorillas. You're going to find numerous Sexy Reds. The same shit, just like when you had numerous 50 Cents. You go in any community. That's how these people, you think these people just blow up? No. They represent people. You find numerous Mobb Deeps. There was a whole bunch of little young dudes running around every borough of New York City, just like Havoc and Prodigy, just like Nori. You got that. You had a whole bunch of fat, ashy dudes like Biggie Smalls out of town hustling. They represent that. That is what the crime was. When you have people like Puffy going into communities and seeking out. They scouts. Just why they get excelled. The Jermaine Dupri's, they get excelled because they scouts for the Ofe. To say, nah, him, that one, or her, she represents this population. And they give them everything they need for them to push their songs, to record, to create this image. And every Glorilla in these communities, you think they not there? They got Glorillas that are teaching, that are paras. You got Glorillas that are cops in NYPD. You serious? They present themselves as that, as Cardi, as Nicki, as trainers. These are big women, nurses, teachers. Now it's bad because the politicians is there. You think this ain't no war? This is a war. Because when they get your mind, they got your soul. That's it. So now this is where we at. Instead of having Winnie Mandela, instead of having Assata Shakur, instead of having Kathleen Cleavers and Erica's. Look at what they did to Sister Soldier. They got her around Diddy, Puffy, and he destroyed her. They got your black woman in a bind. And if she doesn't get rid of these thoughts, she doesn't move back from these institutions and get back to common sense and militant mind, we are done. So don't take no dumbass looking at an eclipse and all this other weirdo shit that they into to get us in a pickle. We here already. We done. You done. You just waiting now for them to collapse you. How are we going to move past it? How are we going to move past it? Because K. Michelle told you you can't cry. Booty Hole Brown said put it in the brown. And then let me taste it. That's where I'm at with it. Yeah. And where's your homeboy too? Glorilla talking about putting what you put out. Your reproductive serum on cereal. Meg Thee Stallion is still twerking. And y'all think that that shit means something. I told you, men, when hard, a hump a couch. They make Fifi dolls in jail. They got dolls. It's nothing to get a man to look. It's nothing to get a man to engage in you sexually. It's nothing. It's in his nature. But they got y'all believing that that shit means something. And no, reality, it don't. Because when he finished, he's finished. Then what do you have left? Same with the men. You think that you doing something because she laid with you? She on demon time. Her mind is gone. She's overstimulated because everybody in society is looking at her, hollering at her. The clothes she wears, the environment that we are in is over-sexualized because that's how they keep us enslaved. So she didn't give you nothing. She gave you some box. So what? That's where we at with it now. Ain't no big deal. She gave you some box. So what? She would have gave it to Chuck. She would have gave it to Bouchon. She would have gave it to Baby. She would have gave it to anybody. You happen to be there. So they got our people's minds twisted. Nobody's thinking of liberation. Nobody's thinking about the higher scientific revolution that needs to be had in order for us to live out to our potential. It is what it is. I can only teach and build and educate and receive the same education and teachings that y'all willing to give. I can only do but so much from where I'm at. But I'm going to keep going. Whether my nose is sick or not, I'm going to keep going. Whether I'm not 100% or not, I'm going to keep going. Whether I get $2 or not, I got to do what I do because that's who I am. See? So people could keep sitting here believing that, oh, yo, he coming on. Yo, he dropping free jewels. You could keep thinking that this is going to be it until they take it away from me. Then they really, in essence, taking it away from you. So the lack of support, it shows, baby. It is what it is. I don't cry about it. I work through it. And hopefully I could see y'all at the finish line. You dig what I'm saying? Hopefully we could all meet up and this all be a bad dream once we get them old phase up off us. Cleveland, salute, much appreciated for funding the war effort. Yeah, hopefully, you know what I'm saying? That's the only space we can be. We done did it. We done tried everything else. You can't integrate into them. There's no way. Even if they wanted to. White folk can't love you. They don't know how to love. I'm going to keep it a buck. Everything with them is surface level. They can't love you the way you want to be loved by them. No other group can love us the way we supposed to love each other. Y'all keep getting turned on by all these women with these big fat asses overseas. They feeding y'all timelines with them. They don't love y'all. I'm telling you. It's real deep. Y'all better get up. Y'all better get up. All right, because I'm getting a little nasal, so I got to close out. Again, guard your mind. Guard your mind. Don't let nobody play with your mind. I'm telling you, these weirdos online, they're weirdos in the street. Guard your mind. Get your studies on. Research. Come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. This is common sense, though it is high science militant strategy. Okay? Love each other the way you supposed to. I'm telling you, don't get caught by these social media jerk-offs. That's what they are. Anybody trying to separate you from each other, anybody trying to put some weird ideas and Star Trek type, Star Wars belief systems and all that old weird shit, basic knowledge. Okay? Basics. Shit ain't that hard. That's your enemy. Get at him. Okay? And 55 gang. Get y'all grades